Hello there. I'm finally back to my regular work schedule, and I come back to find there are lots of mods in Skyrim to talk about. As always, not much graphical. I'm talking about things that look cool, some obscure gems, and at the end, an old gem. Let's go. I've mentioned it in the last 4 to 5 videos. Animated ships add ships that travel across Skyrim and Solstheim. It's both immersive and functional. See, you can hop on and hitch a ride. Similarly, animated Carraiges adds Carraiges, moving NPCs around the world. I love these little slivers of immersion. Like maybe I'm not the only person doing things in Skyrim. Be sure to get the additional routes add-ons. Anybody who knows me knows I love new lands. I mean, in real life too. I saw Shumer a long time ago, and yesterday I was scrolling through Nexus to find the author re-released it as Shumer and the Priest Kings, a large new lands quest mod, fully complete, and based on an old D&D campaign. And like I said with Assault on Elswyer, haven't played it, going to. Elswyer was fun, but what I expected. All fights against staggeringly powerful opponents. Bring your high-level guys. I'll be showcasing it in my next video. Speaking of new lands and huge projects, the Skyblivion team just put out a little gem. Skyblivion Lockpicking makes your Skyrim lockpicking into Oblivion Lockpicking, for anybody who liked that minigame more. It personally doesn't matter to me either way. Believe it or not, something like this already existed, called Oblivionesque Lockpicking, but this one looks better. Alright, I mentioned on Discord a couple of times I was on the fence about Krein, and I have a huge backlog of mods to play, and with work lately, haven't been pushing forward. I even discussed playing it on Zero Period Productions Discord. Luckily, he played it, so I was able to get a sneak peek of the mod before I played it. To be honest, the thing that keeps going through my mind lately is that I'm either lightly influencing his videos and mod choices, or he still doesn't even know that I exist. I have no feelings about it either way. I mean, he knows I exist as a person, but he doesn't know I exist as a YouTuber. Anyway, the mod looks beautiful. It's got a very deep and long story that I can totally get into. It looks hard as well. Like, bring your level 80 character hard. And looks like it's got Souls-esque mechanics for the fights, which is cool, I love that. A few red flags on the mod page have probably contributed to it not being on everybody's radar, along with it being an LE mod that got converted. Like, it claims it's incompatible with anything that adds armor categories, like medium armor? And anything that affects combat. Who doesn't play with mods that affect combat? I'm not an MCO elitist, but I have a lot of combat mods. Anyway, when I play it, it'll be with my full mod list. If it bugs out, it bugs out. Just be sure you get the fixes for it, which also converts it to Form 44. Here's one I've shown off in my videos a few times over the last couple months. Better Mihail's Mimics. The original Mihail's Mimic mod just clumsily puts mimics in 1 or 2 places in the world, very obviously out of place. This mod uses base object swapper to have a small chance to turn any chest into a mimic. This is dynamite for immersion because it's like an angry D&D DM just throwing mimics in the most unhinged locations. Like when I was sneaking aboard the Danish Slode for the Thieves Guild extra quest, and one of the pirates' loot chests turned out to be a mimic. And it wiped the floor with almost the entire pirate crew while I stealthily planted contraband and got the heck out of there. Oh, and be sure you update to the newest base object swapper. I did not when I first installed it, and it worked too well, making every chest a mimic, and often not loading their textures correctly. I want to do an entire video about this class of mod that's been building up in popularity lately. I want to call the video the Expanded Voice Cartel. The man who's been leading the charge for a couple of years now is Jayserpa, with Bandit Lines expansion, Dremora Lines, Brawls, Vampires, Forsworn, Thalmer, and Civil War faction. And he makes lots of other good mods too. Another person who's been coming strong lately is Anbeegod, known for their mods Death Consumes All and Shezarine. He expanded the voice lines for Lydia, Jordis, Eric the Slayer, Mule, Ayla, and a few more. Even more available on his Patreon. Another less known, but with a bunch of these, is AdamDunmer, who covered Imperial Soldiers, Windhelm, Shorestone, Khajiit Caravans, and Riften. And there are a few other outliers like Companion Dialogue Bundle and a couple from Grand F Dad, Illia, and Brelyna. And I love this because this is Definitely of the style I like to mod, just throw a ton of stuff on the pile and it'll crop up randomly when I'm not even expecting it. Now for the old gem for today, I have searched far and wide for a diamond in the rough. If you're unfamiliar with this is a section where I take a mod that is old, did not get a lot of recognition, but is excellent. I was working on a mod list that revolved around Shattered, which transforms Skyrim into a ruined world without NPCs where Alduin appears to be winning. I found something called Seeking Out Stuff for Shattered, which creates a ghost of Illia so Seeking Out Stuff will work, based on the original Seeking Out Stuff. And I was like, what is Seeking Out Stuff? Well, it's an add-on for AddItemMenu where Illia at the College of Winterhold will send you to places to get loot from AddItemMenu. This mod is great for people who have a ton of armor and weapons mods, especially those that don't add a way to craft it or a way to get it into the world. Or if the way to get it is just like a random chest inside of Whiterun, which is not immersive at all. Let me tell you, my strategy to equipment in Skyrim is to basically down so many that I don't remember everything that I have. Toss them all in a gear spreader and see what happens. I have over 200 mods that add weapons and armor to my game. As you can see, I was very excited about discovering this gem. In the end, Seeking Out Stuff is yet another SOS mod that lets you get exotic loot immersively rather than just using AddItemMenu. I know that a lot of my subs are here for my guides, and now some are here for these mod lists. I'll compromise. I plan on doing one of these a month, as long as you can stomach several Let's Plays in between, and the occasional guide. I usually don't make guides unless I see a lack in the market. Honestly, Gamer Poets makes much better guides and has 10 plus years of experience with it. As for these mod lists, a lot of YouTubers do it, and some only do it. But I aim to showcase not only the fresh hot mods, but also the obscure things that look fantastic. I don't see myself as a competitor to Bard College Graduate and Master Cheesy or Argerim, all of which I watch, but something a little bit different. And if you're here for my Let's Plays, well, thanks. You're a real trooper. Let me know what you want to see. I think my strategy there is different also because it's story driven. I have a living world with real characters that only go on missions for their own reasons. I would call it a hybrid between a themed Let's Play and mod play. Eventually I will start my next story in 220 called Calpic Collapse. But for now, I'm wrapping up my Back in Time series, starting on a series called The Stolen Years. This April video is a little bit late, but April and May up to this point were quite busy for me. Thank you for watching. Like I said, Assault on Elswyer is next. See you later, and happy modding.